For our lovely 5D mystics and spiritual self-help people, we know all about emotions and the vulnerability that comes with being emotional, and that is depth of life experience. So you don't be like, oh, I forgave someone because they broke my heart. So we know how to be real and to acknowledge when no one sees us. That's our episodes coming up on YouTube, and you will see yourself. That's healthy self-worth people who know self-love, and then I will see you. And that's a 5D Mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age group who supports you with mindfulness, mindsight, meditation, all of that which supports personal development and spiritual self-help. So here's where the 5D collective, during all of those which are called ascension energies, yes, we know we're all chosen ones for one. That's because the only ones who need to accentuate and highlight the fact that we do depth and emotion in a way of a teenager are those human beings who are not their inner child adults yet. So they are still on Elsa's journey. Show yourself, I'm dying to meet you. So they don't have depth of emotion yet. It's why their 1-year-old doesn't get soothed or seen or safe or secure. So they don't know how to be their self actively. I've seen them. I'm 44. There's plenty of Cuscos out there. So with that being said, we have some new cards here. I do, you're a lovely reader, and we're going to have an extended, I think, after. But in the meantime, let me share with you how emotions and vulnerability, why are they the depth of life? Well, for one, you have the 1-year-old, attached, panicky, 3 to 7, shame, submissive, freeze of all ages. That's where panic attacks can come in. Flight 11, 12, and fight 14, 15, 16. The 16-year-old is spiting every single person out there that did not give, no, they're only spiting their own caregivers. It's a straightforward equation. So the first step to you being you is noticing how do you treat others, and do you know how to have the open-heartedness that I learned from Jesus and God. And that means no spite, envy, spite, resentment, revenge. Yes, those are all not quite ideal because it means you have a broken 1-year-old heart with a broken 3-year-old heart, which means you have a shame cycle, which means you could use Patrick Tiahan, childhood trauma survivor, healed and healing therapist, who shares why people don't have to forgive anyone. And he pretty much says, I know it's meant well by gurus and therapists, the ones who tell childhood trauma survivors to forgive their parents and their household and all of it, but he says there's a time and a place for that. Yes, so the people who don't yet want to forgive, those who actively, they find out, did not allow me to be lovingly accepted as I am, as an infant 1-year-old. They did not actually have me know I don't have to work for love. And they also, the 6 basic human emotions, that's why any person is going to find a way to make it look fancy to do neuroplasticity with mindfulness. I'm going to say you can come do spiritual self-help and be like a grown, emotional, deep human being and know it's really beautiful. Attachment coaches that are teaching, no, I'm going to say they're supposed to be enticing. No, what is the word? They're trying to tell people who don't have secure attachment that they want to get help, but then they call secure attachment boring. So boring is not what the depth of the emotional experience, sadness, anger. Do you know how beautiful it is to be able to not be ashamed of any of those emotions, but also to be quite vulnerable with human being and not think I did something wrong. I should have hidden my feelings, not said anything because I didn't get what I wanted emotionally from some human being, man, woman, it doesn't matter, the parent. So when you can know we're all imperfect and flawed with integrity, and you don't hold your heart closed because somebody poked you, whether it's on purpose or not, means it's, I don't want to see you. Okay, so anyone know what spite is? I met kids. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. God told me not to, Jesus also, and it doesn't feel right because I don't want you to do what you're doing. You're actually annoying me right now. So if I get told you're annoying me, I'm going to say, okay, I'll stop. There's a door. I can walk out. That's it. I'm not like, oh no, I'm not liked by anyone. No, even Sid has a herd. Just saying, okay? So the depth of life, it's experienced because you have emotions. Anytime I'm seeing anyone create a superhero out of somebody who does their nervous system, and then they say your nervous system can be fixed. That's a contradiction. You're not broken. Your first year of life protects you in your environment. So that people say, bond is hard to believe, and I don't want to. I don't want to. Why are you talking always about childhood trauma? It's a devil. It's Lucifer. It's demons. Okay, blame a story, Cusco, Elsa journey, whatever. Call it superhero powers. Call it gifts. I'm just waiting for you to figure out that that's pseudo-aliveness. You're in a teenager attitude, and your ventral vagal is not engaged at all, which is why you're a narrow piece of consciousness to me. You don't know half of the depth of life, and you can do all the yoga you want, and you can do all the sadhana, you can do all the blah, 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 blah. When I pick up on the depths of you, I'll know if you are actively a pure piece of consciousness or not yet. And that's because you're going to be like the Dalai Lama with that dude who said, how dare you smile in the face of all this suffering? And I'm thinking, you didn't get your business educational background, did you? Thought you would have learned about before going to visit another country. You go and figure out where you're going to go so you can appropriately present yourself. Like I have all these tattoos. I'm pretty sure I don't know where I can go in Japan or something like that. I think there's places, but then again, I'm also a woman, so I might not be allowed. I'm okay with that. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm offended. No, I'm not offended. I actually don't do the offended thing. The only people who get offended are the rigid and or chaotic, non-integrated individuals who are 16-year-olds who need a mantle. And anytime they do anything, it's like they did you a favor. And then they're going to say, I did you a favor. Not like that, though. They're just going to make it seem like, I forgave. I followed Jesus's path and I forgave. You see? I got all these scars. So that sounds, again, like Elsa Journey. Do you want a reward? Because I thought you knew what you're doing. It seems like you're still harboring charges when you're doing that. There's a difference when you know it doesn't come back, the past. Yeah, it's done. Thank goodness I'm a breathing and alive at the depth of life. Oh my gosh, I can go out again today. Thank goodness. I'm not kidding, by the way. So the only people who are tortured by emotions are the same ones who like the Zen master who tells them about how they have laundry in here because it's turbulent. Did you know that the limbic system, when you're being washed by the oceans left and right, that's you in your limbic system. Thanks, Tara Brock. You can watch her mindfulness meditation video and then keep using it until you get to being, oh wow, I feel deeply. It's pretty cool. That's what makes me a human. I got the capacity to know Pinocchio once he became a real boy, real girl, real day, meaning no longer on that island lying, or when Aladdin figures out that he's loved unconditionally by Jasmine because he's Jasmine's type. Because, yeah, she likes him totally. Not like some people who actively make videos. I'm not going to talk about this guy. But anyways, the 5D Mystic here is going to tell you all about the renewal that are coming up for those of you who persevere, of course. 4D is not in this boat. Fruitfulness, it comes because when you have created a third of attunement, no, 3-3 attunement, because you attuned to your own 1-year-old and your own nervous system. Yes, it's called I Know How to Be a Restorative Embodiment, Self-Aware, Accountable, and Regulating Person. It is really a special gift, by the way. Dealing with uncertainty, unwanted, and unexpected, the basic main modules of the inner growth mindset from within. With your open heart, now I know how to explain it like a 5-year-old with the in-depth attachment trauma information because of smart people who have shared with me, oh look, when you're in awareness, you don't like the uncertainty. I don't mind it because I faced it, I don't like it, with Marcus Aurelius, who said, why are you going to worry about something that you can't do anything about? You will die at some point. You won't know, and that's it. You have to accept it, Maria. You're going to turn your back on God because you don't know what's going to happen? No. That's also why sciences and spirituality, they come together. We like explanations. I'm not sad that I think of dark matter and dark energy. It actually makes a lot of sense for an enlightenment soul age group person, because when I wake up in the morning, I give meaning and take it away. Me, Maria. The emotions, they stay, which is why I don't pout. I'm like, oh, I'm alive again. Yay, I have all the emotions. And yes, we don't like the ones of disgust, which is why we stay away from disgusting, visceral, anyone who does torture chamber stuff. We also don't go near those who get angry because we're not near any bears. We don't need that angry circuit. The ones who are happy, we stick around. Surprise, yes. And the ones who do sadness, yes. The ones who, though, they process it with warmth of heart. So we're with people who are expanding peace of consciousness. So they have safe haven, secure base, and say, I want to be vulnerable with you for real, not pretend. We grow intimate relationships. That's true romance. It's true because it sticks around, and then that's how you know what it means when someone's courting you. They don't just come in and leave. No, they consistently every morning, because again, 24 hours. So the breath of life. You have it, I have it. Come and join the 5D collective at IHP for spiritual self-help, personal development, inner growth mindset. You get to tap into the infinite higher human conscious potential view, the experiences. But it's because you do emotions, not with torture chamber. I do emotions with people who are safe haven, secure base, functional adults. We're inner child functional adults. We don't need to see ourselves. We already saw ourselves. We can be authentically pacha. We shake hands and say we mean it, and then we like to be vulnerable actively together. because when you die, you won't remember your name in the future lifetimes. I know my future husband is fun. Tune in.